everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a video that was kind of personal to me in hopes of helping you with your fitness journey. I realised that I've started Instagram and obviously I've been doing YouTube, not for a long time, but long enough for you to know me and for me to get to know you. And I realised I never really shared my fitness journey, how I started this journey and why I've continued to do it till now. If you're not already following me on Instagram, make sure that you are following me on Instagram. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel and comment down below if any future videos that you would like to see, because your ideas help me produce more content for you. So without further ado, let's get into it. And it might be a long one, so get your cup of tea ready. So to begin with, I have been doing fitness and staying active and healthy for the past 4 to 5 years now. I did start my journey because I was going through a lot in my life. If you know me on a personal level, you know that at the tender age of 17 to 18 years old, I was going through a very intense time of my life in a very bad relationship. I was too young, he was too young. None of us were really at fault. I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritties of the relationship I had in the past, but we were just both very young. We didn't really know what we were doing. I was really really sad, which led me to get really freaking depressed, and then it was just a whole big mess. The problem is, when you're in a toxic relationship, you start to forget about you and you start focusing and investing all your time into someone else's life. What happens as a result of that is you don't look after your body, your mentality, yourself, your physical and mental health. And that's exactly what happened to me. I wasn't focusing on me, I was focusing on the other person, trying to make the other person happy, trying to do everything I possibly could to make this one person happy. I realised that that was the worst thing I could have done in my life at the time, especially with everything else going on. And to be honest, I just went into a spiral, like a very messy spiral of depression. And this wasn't the kind of depression that, you feel sad. Like, I was in some very, very dark and very I don't want to talk about it too much because obviously it's very personal to me, and obviously I don't want to get too emotional and upset anyone with this, but it was just a very, very dark time in my life and I didn't focus any energy on me. I stumbled upon the gym and I said to myself, what is one way that I'm gonna kind of make myself feel better? Not look better, feel better. I didn't really care when I first joined the gym about changing the way my body looked, because to be honest, I was comfortable in the way I looked at the time. I didn't feel like I needed to change anything. I was really much so happy in the way I looked. Mentally, I wasn't sustainable, but physically I didn't really pay much attention to my body. It was kind of just there, So when I joined the gym, I kind of did it for an escape. And as cliche as that may sound, I did it because I wanted to get away from my reality and get away from my life. So when I was in the gym, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I literally signed up to the gym, and I remember at that time, I didn't know what the F I was doing. I didn't know what a leg extension was, what a leg press was. I didn't know what a bloody Smith machine was. Why was there 20,000 different types of dumbbells? My mind was blown away. I just stayed to what I kind of knew, and that was running and cardio. Running was brilliant at the time. It was a stress relief, especially when you're doing LISS, which is low intensity steady state cardio. You're just kind of just in your thoughts and you're just running, and it's really refreshing. I don't know what it is about running, but it is quite refreshing. But the problem was I was more interested in doing things at the gym, not just running. I was interested in weights. I found an interest in trying to understand how the body worked. And because I was so interested in perspective of fitness, I started getting distracted from my everyday life. I started getting distracted from university, which was a good thing because I needed an escape from a toxic relationship, from family problems that I was dealing with at the time. And I done loads of research on fitness. I done loads of research on the human body. I was so intrigued in science at that point. I still am. If you know me, you know I love my science. And then, you know, I started really just diving into the fitness world. The problem was I was following all these Instagram pages and all these amazing Instagram fitness models, but I wasn't really being educated. I was just seeing a perfect body. And I kind of said to my friend Holly at the point, I said, you know what, Holes, like, I want to do something with my knowledge that I've learned and the qualification that I'm getting. I want to give back, and I want someone to go on my page and kind of know exactly what to do in the gym and find a bit of guidance and reassurance that it's okay to mess up and not know what you're doing, but I'm here to help you. And at that point, I didn't really have an account that I could look up to at that point, because it was kind of just full of these perfect bodies, these perfect bums, everything. I figured out that weight training was perfect for me. I enjoyed weight training. At that point, I wasn't really focusing on my upper body. I was focusing more on my lower body, and I'll get to that in a bit. And then I started doing more research and figuring out kind of what pyramid sets do, what supersets do, kind of figuring out why I should intensify my workouts. And with that, I then started posting it on my personal Instagram page, and I started posting little mini workout videos, and you know, started putting my methods in and kind of what to do, little tips, little tricks. Didn't realize that freaking hell it would be this large, like, and 1 million followers on Instagram. Who would have freaking known? A little girl like me. I found a passion, and I found a love in something. My relationship ended. It didn't end the best, but it ended, and I was kind of getting back on my feet. I was working as a waitress. I was in my first year of law school because I did politics for the first year. Then I took a gap year. Then I went back to university and did law because I was really interested in law as well. I had two passions, fitness and law. Then I met Jack at the gym. And Jack was someone who would come to the gym, work out, leave, and he would just be about his business. He didn't care about anyone around him. He just wanted to get his workout done. He was interested in just working hard, training hard, and leaving. And that, I was intrigued by that. I was like, okay, like, this guy is not cocky. He's not arrogant. He's just really, like, hard working. And I love that. I love people who are so hard working, are about their business, and who aren't cocky. Because if you're cocky, oh my God, get away from me. We just kind of worked together, and we worked around my schedule. I mean, I was at university doing my law degree and working 30 to 40 hours a week. As much as I love my mum and dad, and they obviously did help me to an extent, I was shy to ask for money. Not that they didn't give me money. I was just really like, I don't want to ask them for money. I can do this by myself. And that's the one thing in life that kind of helped me, is doing it by myself, getting shit done by myself. The problem was, what then happened was, I was so invested in Instagram and growing my platform organically, was that at the beginning I was posting because I genuinely wanted to help people as much as I possibly could. Then with the more people that followed you, the more comments that came spiraling in, like, oh, your ass is not big enough, like, your waist is not small enough, you don't even have a booty, why are you telling people what leg exercises to do, what booty exercises to do? And one comment is okay, you can brush it off. 2, 3, 20 comments, and then comments that you read on a daily basis, you start to believe that shit, you know? You start to believe these comments must be true if everyone is thinking about it. Not everyone was thinking about it, but at that point, you thought everyone was thinking about it. And then what I did was probably my biggest mistake for my body was I only was training legs. Literally every single day I was training my glutes and legs. I didn't invest any time in my cardiovascular system. I didn't invest any time in my upper body strength or even caring about my well-being. I was caring more about how I physically looked. And you know what happened after that? I went from being happy and trying to figure out the fitness and trying to understand the human body and doing it for my mental state to focusing more on how I physically look. I was drained. I was constantly trying to prove people wrong. I was constantly trying to grow my glutes, get this massive booty, just how society expects a female to look, with a big ass, big tits, small waist. And it was just not ideal. Like, I genetically do not have massive glutes, and you know, I genetically am built a different way. And there's nothing wrong with big glutes, that's not what I'm saying, but for me, I was so invested in looking a certain way to please society and to please these trolls that I wasn't even pleasing myself. And the problem was I wasn't seeing results. I wasn't seeing results because I was A, overdoing it, B, I was focusing more on how I physically looked, not mentally. And also because I was training one muscle to two muscles every single day, the intensity of the workout was not good enough. I was too tired, I was too drained. And the problem was, because I wasn't seeing results, I was then getting really upset and depressed and angry with my life and myself, which then results to you taking it out on other people. The truth of the matter is, the biggest mistake I made was focusing on how I physically looked, not how I mentally felt. And because of that, I was just not in a good place yet again. And the gym, which was once my escape, almost became just so draining and so boring and so dull to go to, and I hated it. I really did hate the gym. I was still posting on Instagram, but I was not enjoying it one bit. I let everything out to Jack and I said, listen, like, I'm just not freaking happy. Not with him. I'm always happy. Well, not always happy with him. We have our ups and downs, but you know what I'm trying to say. I wasn't happy with me. And I said, Jack, like, I'm sick and tired of going to the gym for physical reasons. I want to go to the gym because it is my happy place like it used to be. And he was like, Chrissy, change your workouts. Why are you doing legs every day? I keep telling you not to do legs every day, but you know, when someone tells you something, you kind of just go, yeah, all right, mate, and you move on and you kind of do the same thing you were doing anyway. I just ignored everything he was saying at the start. But then he was like, look, let's figure out what you want to achieve. Let's set goals. Let's set realistic goals with what you want to achieve of yourself. If it's for mental health, then change your workouts. Do workouts that make you feel happy, alive, full of life, you know. Not just going to the gym and doing hip thrusts and squats and because you feel like you have to please other people. So that's exactly what I did. I sat down, I built a program for myself. I tried different workouts. I did Pilates, I did yoga, I did weight training, I even did Zumba, skipping. And I kind of crossed out everything I didn't like. And then what I was left with was, right, I love skipping. It made me feel good, it made me feel alive. I love weight training. It makes me feel good, it makes me feel strong and empowering. And so I stuck to those two things. And then what I started to do was I started training my upper body the same amount as my lower body. So I would proportion my week out and started doing shoulders one day, back one day, glutes the next, hamstrings and quads and stuff like that. And I was enjoying myself. Like, I was going to the gym with the goals I had set out, with the program I had designed for myself, and I was reaching my goals. It wasn't always like this. Don't get me wrong. Like, there would be weeks where I would be like, oh, for God's sake, what is the point in training my glutes? They're still not growing. What is the point in doing all these ab exercises? I don't see any abs. Like, I still have those thoughts in my head. I'm only human. I'm only gonna obviously want what's best for me, and I'm obviously gonna want to see results. But I didn't always see results. But the thing is, I kept pushing because it made me feel good being at the gym. It made me feel strong. It made me feel capable. I then was back to allowing the gym to be my happy place and not letting the gym make me feel like I had to be there, but more so because I wanted to be there. And that was the best feeling, and is the best feeling still, because that's how I feel now. It's the best feeling in the world. And if there's one piece of advice I can give you, is to not do something that you find draining. Don't do something that you seriously don't enjoy. Weight training is perfect for me, and when I get my clients to do weight training and provide them with programs, they absolutely love it. But then there's some people who don't. Some people just find weight training so dull, so boring. So then incorporate like full body circuits, incorporate yoga, Zumba, do something that you love and you feel alive from. Because the minute you start doing something for your mental state and things that make you feel good, you realize that physically you're just going to see it. You're going to see the results anyway. You're just going to be so absorbed with being happy with the way you feel, then the way you look comes after. My transition into fitness and my journey is about mental health. And I think sometimes in society, unless you have this amazing transformation from looking a certain way to looking another way now, your fitness journey is not good enough. And the truth is, like, I'm so much more mentally happy and mentally capable and comfortable with myself, not because of the way I look, but because of the way I feel. And I kind of just want to conclude this video and say that I want you to be proud of everything that you have achieved and everything that you have done, because a fitness journey is never going to be linear. A fitness journey is up and down, all the way around. It's a one big crazy maze. But you will only ever fail if you stop. You will only ever fail if you give up. But you should never give up on you, because you are so capable of achieving and doing everything you want to do in this life. Only you can do it. Don't rely on other people. Don't expect other people to give you things or to spoon feed you things. If you want to achieve something, you go and make it happen for yourself and for your happiness. Don't think about things in a physical way. Think about things in a mental way. How is by doing something going to make you feel good and proud of yourself? And that should be your aim and your goal, always to be mentally happy. Don't focus on physical. Focus on mental. So yeah, oh, I thought I was gonna cry on you then, but I said to myself, I'm never gonna cry on YouTube because I'm an ugly crier. No one wants to see that. So that is my fitness journey, and I hope it kind of made you feel a little bit closer to me, because I know I never really open up like this because you know, it's just a bit sensitive stuff to talk about. But yeah, I just really hope you enjoyed watching this, and if you just want to talk, just comment down below. I'm always here. I always try and reply to as many people as I possibly can. And just remember that I love you always and forever, and I'm thankful and I'm so appreciative of you. And just know you are my friends. You are not followers or subscribers. You are friends who I have your back like you have mine. So without further ado, bye.